may online tayo every Tuesday, ha? Tapos bukas on-site. O bukas ko sasoli yung test paper ninyo. Ayan. Pero alam ko, some of you hindi pa nakapag-exam. Okay? So, ganun pa rin. So, I think for those na hindi pa nakapag-exam, you may take your exam, module 1 sa morning or kaya sa kaya lang, basta i-approach nyo na lang ako bukas, no, kung sino pa yung mga hindi nakapag-exam. Okay? Bukas ko na lang sasoli yung test paper ninyo. Okay? Para if ever may correction, tsaka ako lang, para bago ko before ko ma-post sa Canvas. Ikaw, kung anong gusto mo, no? 8:15 hindi. 8:15 to 10:45, I have a CFAS class, E408A. Tapos, 10:45 to 1:15, PTY 201 tax. 409 yata, E409. Ayun. Tapos, 2:30, no? Ay, hindi. Yung 1:15 to 2:30, that's may lunch break. Okay? Ayun. Kung gusto niya lang mas maaga para makapag-join din kayo sa on-site, no? Ayan. Kaya lang yung space, pwede naman kahit saan. Kaya lang sa room na lang din, no? Kung saan yung room natin, or kung saan ako nagro-room. Okay? So, let's continue with the fringe benefits. I think we're done, for the concept of the compensation. Okay? So, tomorrow we will compute a combination of the compensation and fringe benefits. Okay? So, yung purely development activity naman or mga computations na meron na combined yung dalawa. So, ano yung mga, doon natin ma-identify, no? Ano doon yung mga subject sa tax, no? And then, of course, different scenarios if the employee is a rank and file or manager or supervisory employees. Okay? But in short, when we're talking about fringe benefits, okay? Fringe, wag naman 7, kararating ko lang. 8, mga 8 ako, hindi, 7:30 nasa school na ako, no? Kaya lang, wala tayong place na no? Ayan. So, 8:15, you may start at 8:15. Okay? Kasi hindi pa ako dadating. Ay, parating pala ako ng 7 or 7:30 padating ko bukas. Okay. When we're talking about fringe benefit tax, okay? So, fringe benefits kasi pwedeng, it can be given, no, to any employees, whether it's rank and file or managers and supervisors. However, when it comes to treatment, di ba, separate yung treatment. Okay? Halimbawa, bigyan ng house and lot. Okay, yung empleyado. So, ang tanong, sino yung empleyado? Manager or rank and file? Okay, so pwede naman bigyan ng bahay, di ba? As long as ma-establish natin that is purely, di ba, beneficial to the employees, not because it is just for the convenience of the employer. Okay, so doon na tayo na binigyan ng, let's say, mga benefits, no? O di ba, magkaiba lang ng tax treatment. Okay? What I'm saying is that hindi naman itong mga benefits na to is only given to managers and supervisors. Pero most of the time, di ba, these perks talaga ay nare-receive ng managers and supervisors. Okay? If in case na ma-receive naman ng rank and file, so iba nga lang ang tax treatment. So in short, when we're talking about fringe benefit tax, okay, this is the tax pertaining to the fringe benefits, okay, no, that is given to managers and supervisors. Okay? So, yun lang, doon siya iikot, no? Masasubject lang siya sa fringe benefit tax or magkakaroon lang siya ng fringe benefit tax if that certain benefits were given to supervisors or managers. Okay? So, yun yung tatandaan nyo, ha? Hindi, kahit ano man, no? I mean, we're talking about sa level na to, managers and supervisors, yung recipient ng mga benefits. Para tayo, before tayo makapag-compute ng fringe benefit tax. Okay? So, speaking of computation, okay, so it is not the usual na nakikita natin or na-compute natin during our final tax or even in CGT. Okay? So, somehow, merong para siyang final tax, no? Pero hindi yung the way that we compute final tax. Okay? So medyo iba naman yung konsepto ng computation natin when it comes to fringe benefits. Okay? Characteristics niya, gross up tax. Okay? The monetary value of the amount fringe benefits realized or given to the employees, okay, is effectively net of final tax. Okay? So ibig sabihin, this will be the base, no? Ito yung amount na na-receive ni employee, ni managers, considered as, or the assumption here, no, is net of final tax or net of fringe benefit tax. Okay? Due quarterly, oh, if in the, okay, depende ha. So, due quarterly if yung kanyang benefits na nare-receive ay continuous. Okay? So, we will compute the equivalent benefits for that quarter. Okay? So, may mga instance na magva-vary yung, for example, no, magva-vary yung computation ng fringe benefit tax. Depende sa mga binigay and depende kung kailan binigay. Okay? So, yun. Pero yung reporting, yung remittance is in a quarterly basis. So, usually, calendar basis. I mean, yung paano pag ano ng quarterly sa calendar. Okay? First quarter, second quarter. So, yung second quarter comprised of from April to June. So, yun yung basis natin ng pag-compute ng quarterly. First quarter is January to March, April to June ang second quarter. So, ganun yung basis natin, no? Yun yung period natin when it comes to fringe benefits. Okay? Pero it can be computed, no? Monthly, annual, quarterly. Pero titingnan mo kasi yung ano no? Ano ba yung benefits na binigay? Siya ba ay continuous? Okay? Or kaya a one-time, big-time benefits. Okay? So, depende nga sa type of benefits na binigay. At kung paano siya pinaibigay. Okay? So, unang first step is that the monetary value. Okay? So, ito yung sinasabing, yung presumption dito ng monetary value is the amount of benefits received. The presumption here is already net of final tax. Okay? Ano yung monetary value dyan, ma'am? Okay? So, not necessarily that literal na cash or money yung natanggap. Yung equivalent. Okay? Hindi laging pag sinabi natin monetary value, hindi naman siya concept na cash only. Okay? Iba't iba. Pwedeng tangible assets, pwedeng services. Okay? Free of use. So, depende. No? So, pero meron siyang kumaga equivalent amount. Okay? And then, determine the gross up rate applicable for the taxpayer. So, sa number 2, kasabay ng pag-determine natin ng gross up rate is pag-determine natin kung anong klase ng taxpayer si manager. Dalawa lang naman yung classification natin, no? Kumaga, ginroup natin siya into 2. One, yung subject sa 35 and 65 are those that are resident citizen, resident alien, non-resident citizen. Okay? Yung pang 25, yung another group is just the non-resident alien. Okay? So, yun. So, determine natin na aside sa siya ay dapat ma-establish natin that yung recipient is a managerial or supervisor employee, and at the same time, ano yung kanyang classification. Okay? As to their citizenship and residence. Okay? Then, after that, so determine the gross up monetary value by dividing. So, ibig sabihin, may formula tayo. The monetary value divided by the gross up rate. Yun lang muna, no? Yung gross up rate. Gross up, take note magkaiba to sa gross up monetary value. Ayan na. Dapat, may term, magkaiba yan, no? The monetary value is the value that received by the employees. Yung gross up, so yun yung dinivide na natin, no? dividing the monetary value by the gross up rate. Okay, so yun yung gross up, kaya tinawag siyang gross up monetary value. And from that, after determining the gross up monetary value, makukumpita natin yung fringe benefit tax by multiplying the equivalent rate, gross up rate, fringe benefit tax rate to the gross up monetary value. Okay? Parang ganito yan, monetary value, tapos pag nag-divide tayo niyan sa rate, that will be the gross up. And then, pag nag-multiply ka, that will be the fringe benefit tax. Okay? So, yun yung sequence. Monetary value muna, gross up monetary value, and then fringe benefit tax. Okay? So, yun yung flow. Okay? Ngayon, ang first step talaga, kasi yun yung formula, di ba? O, monetary value divided by 65% times 35%. So, hindi naman kailangan i-memorize yun dahil hindi naman, no? Yun lang naman yung flow. Getting the monetary value divided by 65, usually 65%, no? Ayan. Kapag silent ang problem, no? Pero kapag given that the employee is a non-resident alien, then we will use 75-25. Okay? So, divided by 65, then multiplied by 35%. Okay? Pero ano yung pinaka-catch doon, ma'am? Yung first step, no? Yung pinaka-una, determining the monetary value. Kasi, diretso na nga, MB divided by 65 times 35, that is your fringe benefit tax. But the problem here is, paano kunin ang monetary value? Ano ang basis ng monetary value? Okay? So, it depends on the valuation, no, of your fringe benefits. Paano mo ba binigay? No? Ano ba yung mode of payment mo, employer, sa mga managers mo? Okay? It's either benefits paid in cash, o actually, cash na binigay. Okay? Pero take note lang na in general, okay, kapag ang benefits na na-receive mo is in payment of cash, in general, yun din yung monetary value. Okay? Cash amount received is your monetary value in general. Except if yung cash na binigay sa'yo pertaining to the payment of rental. Okay? Kapag siya ay for the purpose ng payment ng rental, the monetary value is the 50% of the cash received. Okay? Yun lang naman, no? Tatandaan mo, pag sa cash, pag any amount na binigay sa'yo, no? That is your monetary value, except if that certain amount is for the payment of rental. Then, benefits paid in kind, okay? So, ano ba yung mga in kind? So, it's probably properties. Okay? So, for the properties, anong typical ng mga properties, ma'am? Sasakyan, bahay, condo. Okay? So, benefits paid in kind, how are you going to measure, ma'am? The monetary value is the higher, take note, higher between the fair value or the book value of the thing given. Okay? Pero, higher between the fair value and the book value. Okay? So, saan namin hahanapin yung fair value? So, depende. No? Depende kung anong klase ng property yung binigay. Later, no, sa pag-compute ng fair value. Okay? Then, benefits that are furnished. So usually, ito naka-highlights na nga, free of use. Okay? Paano naman i-measure yun, ma'am? Libreng pabahay? Yes, pwede, di ba? So, if that is the case, ano yung basis? Okay? The benefit given in the form of free of use, o di ba? May property si company, o ikaw muna tumira dyan, manager, for free. Okay? So, free of use. Okay? So, the monetary value, paano ang basis, ma'am? Magkano? Is 50% of the rental value of the property if given. Okay? Halimbawa, ayan nga, no? The monetary value of rental, kung applicable or available yung information ng rental payment, no? But if in case na hindi available or hindi stated, we can use the depreciation amount. Okay? If the property has no available rental value, the depreciation value is used. Okay? Paano, ma'am? Straight line method lang. Okay? So, ano ang basis? Depende sa property. Free of use of real properties, so considered as immovable properties, subject to 20 years. Okay? Whereas for the movable properties, like car, okay, subject to 5-year depreciation. Okay? Yung makukompute natin dito, di ba? Di parang cost o yung fair value divided by 20 or fair value divided by 5. O, di ba? Para ka lang din nagde-depreciation ng straight line method. So, remember kapag yung asset divided by the useful life, so that will be, anong tawag doon? Depreciation. So, annual depreciation, di ba? Oh, so take note, kapag ginamit natin yung 20 years tsaka 5 years as denominator, the result is an annual monetary value. Ibig sabihin, yung makukomplete natin doon is the total monetary value for the year. Okay? Pero ingat doon because pag yun ang ginamit natin, ang makukompute natin is annual monetary value. Paano ang tinanong ni ma'am is quarterly monetary value. Yung amount na kinuha mo is annual. Tsaka mo na siya i-divide into 4 quarters para makuha mo yung quarterly value. Okay? And that is, take note then, yung amount of depreciable 50%. Okay? So, mamaya may example tayo, no? Ayan. So, in default natin, is 35. Okay, from previous, parang 20, hindi. Nung pinanganak kayo, 2000 something, di ba? O, 32% nung pinanganak kayo, no? Ayan, so, right after the train law, ayan, 35% yung fringe benefit tax rate, no? So, yun lang. Dalawa lang naman yung category natin dito. Residents or, take note residents or citizens. And then the other one is the NRA. Period. Non-resident alien. Whether that ano yan, di ba ang dami nun, ma'am? Oh, di ba yung isa, yung non-resident alien engaged in trade or business or not. Wala nang ganon sa dito, ha? Sa grupo na yon. Okay, pagdating sa fringe benefits, dalawa lang siya natin dito. Ano yung rule? Oo. I think na-discuss natin ito, ibalikan ko lang din. Yung rule natin for the property, pero this will be focus on the housing benefits. Okay? O ano ba yung gusto ng employer mo? O merong property si employee, as employer, si company, pinagamit kay manager. So the fringe benefits, the money, okay, take note Okay? Employer leases. So sorry pa, wala palang property pa pala dito, no? So it's just a normal rental, no? Ayan, yung typical na employer leases. So this is ang mode of payment dito, ano valuation natin dito, cash payment. Okay? Employer leases a residential property for the use of the employees. Ayan. So that is yung monetary value, yung basis niya ay cash payment. Pero take note that because that is a rental, kalahati lang nung rental payment yung monetary value. Okay? So, ingat lang din sa mga statement dito sa una, kapag depende yung, for example, employer leases, no? Tapos, yung rental. O, tingnan mo yung amount. If that amount is monthly, halimbawa, for example, rental payment, 10,000. O ano yung 10,000? Ano ba siya, monthly, quarterly, or annual? Diba? I-check mo pa yun, i-analyze mo pa yun. No? Ayan. Employer owns a resident, kasi natin dito, no? Hindi lang tayo nagme-memorize or nag-ano ng formula. We just analyze. Ano ba yung amount given? Cash. Pambayad ng renta. So, anong yung amount given? Siya ba ay monthly, quarterly, or annual? Because later on, wala pa tayo sa tanong eh, no? Hindi pa natin alam kung ano yung tinatanong ni ma'am sa huli. Diba? Oh, if in case ang tanong ni ma'am is quarterly fringe benefit tax. So, you have to determine the quarterly monetary value. Eh, ano ba yung given na amount? Monthly ba, quarterly, or annual rental? Tapos, ipi 50% ko pa siya. Okay? Nandiyan pala tayo, di ba? Ang haba ng ano proseso. Pero pag nakita mo na yung problem, madali na yan, no? Yung process lang kasi na ang dami naman kailangan na ulit-ulitin or analyze, baka kasi makalimutan. Okay? O baka makalimutan mag 50% kapag sa rental. Okay. Employer owns, ito na pala yung sinasabi ko kanina, meron si employer o si company na property, pinagamit niya kay employee, free of use. Okay? So, dahil ang property is real property, so kukunin natin yung fair value. And since it is a real property, sa tax natin, dalawa lang naman yung basis natin ng fair value. Okay? Based on the higher between the tax declaration or property tax declaration or zonal value, whichever is higher, times 5% times 50. Or, instead of multiplying it by 5%, pwede mo siyang i-divide ng 20 years. Okay? So, yun ang equivalent no, no? Ito lang kasi yung present ni BIR, no? So, yung 5%, pwede rin siyang divided by 20 years. Okay? And then, another one, 50%. No? Times 50%. Okay? Sa rental, lagi tayo makakita ng 50%, no? Madalas. Okay? So, tatandaan niyo yun, ha? So, yung makukuha natin, ito siya sabi ko, ma'am, pag alimbawa may amount, may real properties, times 5 times 50. Diba? Pag nilagyan natin ng figures to, anong lalabas? Pag tuloy-tuloy natin yung formula, that is equivalent to your annual monetary value for the free of use of building. Okay? Employer purchase residential. Bumili na si company, pero installment basis, pero gamit lang din. Okay? There's no transfer of ownership. Okay? So, monetary value acquisition cost times 5% times 50, or it's either acquisition cost divided by 20 years times 50%. Okay? So, naka-take note naman dito. Ayan, tsaka ito, di ba? So, the amount is considered as an annual benefits, no? Bakit ina-highlight naman may annual benefits? Kasi baka makalimutan nyo, sabi ko nga kanina, after mo makompute to, the result is an annual monetary value or annual benefits. Tapos, ang tanong sa dulo, quarterly. Okay? So, i-divide mo pa siya sa ano. Diba? Take note monetary value pa lang tayo, wala pa tayo fringe benefit tax. Hindi pa tayo nag-gross up. We're just, isa-settle lang natin paano kunin ang mga monetary value. Okay? So, ayan. So, medyo paspasan natin ng ano. Sorry pala. Ayan. Naalala ko ilang weeks na lang kaya tayo, no? Ayan. So, wala pa tayong usapan ng midterm, no? Ayan. Sige, bukas na natin pag-usapan yung midterm, no? Focus tayo dito. Ayan, ha? Medyo dito lang naman sa rental, talaga medyo nakakalito, ha? The rest of the types of benefits, kalma lang, no? Ayan, kalmado lang tayo doon. Next, employer purchase. Ito, okay. Employer purchase, residential property, and transfers ownership. Okay? So, the basis will be the higher between the acquisition cost or zonal value as determined by the CIR. Okay? Kasi din yung last two, samples. Okay? Yung last 2 samples ay merong transfer of ownership. Okay? And because of there is a transfer of ownership, pansinin mo rin naman dito yung computation natin ng monetary value, hindi na tayo nag-50%. Okay? Kasi, daming gulo naman ng ano ni Ma, ng mga sulat. Wait lang Oo nga. Kasi, highlights ko lang. At kasi iba-iba kulay. Ayan. Highlights ko lang Itong last 2, na may transfer of ownership, di ba? Pagdating mo dun sa equivalent formula niya, wala kang 50% dyan. Di ba? And, take note, yung last 2 transaction natin, yung last 2 sample natin, kung ano yung makuha natin ng monetary value, tuloy-tuloy na tayo magko-compute ng gross up, di ba? Kung ano yung makuha nating monetary values dun sa last 2, tuloy mo lang, divided by 65 times 35%. Yun na yung fringe benefit tax. And kung ano yung date niya, yun yung reporting date niya. Halimbawa, ma'am, nangyari to June, ano ba ngayon? June 16. Okay? But saan sa sakop? Second quarter. So, yun yung, doon mo lang siya i-report. Second quarter. Next quarter, wala ka ng fringe benefit tax. Okay? Kasi, yung dalawang last 2 na to, okay? One-time transaction siya. Okay? Kung anong quarter nangyari yung transfer of ownership, dun yung reporting period, no? Ng fringe benefits. Pero yung first 3, yung tatlo dito, 'di ba? Pansinin mo, yun ay rental. Walang transfer of ownership kay employee. Okay? Yung pinagkaiba nila, yung first 3, hinahati pa natin sa 50% yung monetary value. Okay? And eventually, kapag continuous yung, ano ba yan? Saktan lalamunan ko. Pag continuous yung gamit or continuous yung pagbabayad ng rental, continuous din yung payment ng fringe benefits. Okay? Oh, ibig sabihin, for the whole year nagrenta ng bahay si employee. Okay? Si employer ang nagbayad. So, for the whole year, meron tayong i-remit na fringe benefit tax. For the whole year, magko-compute tayo ng fringe benefit tax. Pero, sa yung last 2 transaction natin, last 2 computation natin, one time lang siya. On the date of the transfer, yun yung reporting date natin. Okay? Halimbawa, second quarter nangyari yun. Di sa second quarter tayo, mag-report. Pagdating ng third quarter, wala na tayo i-compute. Okay? Ganun lang naman siya. Okay, so ito lang naman, no, sorry itong portion talaga ng housing benefits saka ng rent ng sasakyan, yung medyo, ang dami kasing di ba, ang dami kasing senaryo. Merong rental payment, merong transfer of ownership. Okay? Ayan. Kaya, nakakalito ng konti. Okay? Ito yung example natin na nakaraan, di ba? An employer pays the 20,000 monthly. That is, ano yung valuation na? Cash, paid in cash, no? Edi cash yung ating valuation. Pero dahil siya ay rental, kahit siya ay cash, 50% lang yung equivalent ng monetary value natin. Okay? The amount given, 20,000, is a monthly payment. And we are required to compute for the quarterly monetary. Di multiply mo lang siya sa 3 months, di ba? Yun. Ganyan naman, no? Okay? Pero sa rental, tingnan mo, magkano yung fringe benefits mo? It's still 60,000 kasi 60,000 naman talaga yung rental na binayaran ni company. Pero sa formula natin sa pag-compute ng fringe benefit tax, 50%. Okay? Huwag malilito, ha? Sa pag-compute lang natin ng fringe benefit tax, we use 50% of the monetary value. Pero for the recording of expenses, it is still the actual amount ng benefits, which is 60,000. Okay? And then the computed fringe benefit tax, 16,153.85. The account, no, kapag inentryhan natin, is fringe benefit tax expense. Okay? This is this is few of the tax, no, na pwedeng maging deductions or claimed as expenses. Okay? So dito, dalawa yung nag-i-expense ni company. Yung rental payment plus yung fringe benefit tax paid. Okay? May lumabas bang pera kay employee? Wala. Diba? Kasi nga, the assumption here is, si employee, na-receive niya yan already net of tax. So, walang binawas na tax sa part ni employee. Wala rin kinaltas, no, na tax kay employee. Because the assumption here is, the amount received is already a net of fringe benefit tax. Okay? So, ano ba mga sa isang problem na, ano pwede mong tanong, ma'am? Ang dami pwedeng pagkuhanan ng tanong, di ba? Fringe benefit expense, fringe benefit tax expense, gross up monetary value. Okay? Pero minsan dito, ayan, dagdagan lang natin, since ang ginamit natin ay quarterly monetary value, so yung gross up natin, ipakidagdag, that is also a quarterly gross up monetary value. Okay? Ayan. Nako, hindi ko talaga makita yung reaction nyo kung naintindihan nyo. So, ito na natin. Ayan, bukas. Ano tayo? Okay? So, ito ay in the form of cash, ang payment. So, this time naman, for the use. Okay? ABC designated a residential property for the use of its manager. The lot has a zonal value of 3.5 and 2 million per tax dex. Okay? So, remember, same to ng basis natin sa CGT. Okay? Yung zonal value is only available or applicable sa value ng land. Okay? Land lang yung pinoprovide niya. Unlike sa tax declaration, no, ng city assessor, both the land and improvement yung binibigay niyang fair value. Okay? It has a zonal value of 3.5, 2 million for the tax deck, and for the improvement, the lot was 1.5. The lot was purchased at a cost of 2 million. Okay? So, before ka, ma'am, so that is in kind, di ba? So, anong basis natin? The higher between the fair market value or the cost. Ito lang yung cost 2 million. Ano yung fair value? Yung land, based sa zonal, yung improvement, based sa tax deck. Okay? So, that will be the total fair value of the property divided by 20 years times 50%. Okay? Doon sa naunang picture natin, nilagay natin doon times 5%. Okay? So, pwedeng times 5% or divided by 20 years. Okay? So, that is, dire-diretso natin siya, 125,000. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, ang makukompute natin is the annual monetary value. Pero ang tanong ni ma'am ay quarterly monetary value. Okay? So, yung ating yung 125,000, hindi pa yan, di ba? So, i-divide po natin siya into 4. Tsaka pa lang tayo magka-come up ng quarterly monetary value. So, that is the answer for number 1 natin question. Ito. And for the fringe benefit tax, so, proceed with the formula divided by 65%. So, ito yung makukumpit nating gross up. But for the fringe benefit tax, ito siya, 16,000. Okay? Bakit isa na lang entry mo, ma'am? Wala nang fringe benefits. Eh, syempre, perhaps for the other side of the expenses here, okay, or the equivalent expenses for this is just for the, depreciation. Okay, or just the ordinary recording of depreciation. Okay? So, yun yung parang pina-equivalent yung fringe benefits na, pero, that's the depreciation. Okay? Pero ang pinaka-expenses natin is just only for the fringe benefit tax expense. Okay? O, lagyan natin fringe benefit tax expense. Okay? Kung ano to, edi yung 125, that is your annual depreciation. Di yun ang computein mo, di ba? Kung yun ang basis. Ay, hindi, take note. No pala, no. Because, yung sa per accounting natin, di ba? Per standard, the basis is the cost. Kapag nag-depreciate ka, remember, ito yung basis mo. Historical cost, per accounting, ha? Sa depreciation, ito gamit natin. Pero sa computation ng monetary value, for the sake na sinasabi nating depreciable amount, we use the zonal value or the higher amount or the higher fair market value. Diba? Kaya hindi pala, sorry, hindi mo pa rin pala pwedeng gawin na ito ang maging depreciation mo, yung 125. Hindi, ha? Kasi sa accounting, we use the historical cost. Okay? Itong 125 is just a computation or basis for the computation of fringe benefits. Kaya walang entry itong 125. Okay? Walang entry yung 31,250. Only the fringe benefit tax expense ang na-entryhan natin. Bakit payable? Kasi next quarter mo pa naman siya i-remit no? For example, ngayon ka, 'di ba? Ngayon mo binigay yung benefits. Okay? So next quarter mo siya i-remit. Okay? This one naman, purchase and transfer ownership. Okay? Take note, balikan ko lang dito. Okay? So, kung for the next quarters, sino yun? Wala ba yung nakamute? Oy, sino yun? No? Mute natin ha. may concert sa background ko ha. Ayan. Okay? So, balikan natin ha. Wala tuloy ako. Ayan. Okay. So, balikan natin to. Ayan. Okay? So, this time, the computation here is continuous. Kung continuous na yung paggamit, so every quarter, meron tayong computation ng fringe benefits. Tax. Okay? So, unlike this time, purchase and there's a transfer of ownership. Okay? The property has a zonal value of 3.5. Compute the monetary value and fringe benefit tax. So the basis will be the higher between market value or acquisition cost. Okay? So wala nang 50%. Diba? Sabi ko kanina, kapag may transfer of ownership, hindi mo na siya kailangan i-divide pa or i-multiply ba siya 50%. So as is yun, outright, ma'am, kung kailan mo na-transfer yung ownership, diba, na-transfer yung ownership sa employer, sa employee, yun din yung, ito yung computation, one time lang siya. Next quarter, ma'am, magkukompute pa ba ako ng fringe benefit? Hindi. Okay? Yung makukuha natin dyan is yun yung monetary value for that period. Hindi natin siya pwedeng tawagin na annual monetary yung 3.5 kasi yun na yung actual benefits. Okay? Hindi mo na siya i-multiply o i-divide pa sa number kung ilang buwan ba siya. Okay? As is na yan. One time mo siyang i-remit or babayaran. Okay? So next is Celebs own a residential property acquired for 2 million. It transferred ownership to its managerial employee for 1.2. Okay. So this time naman, meron ding transfer of ownership. Pero merong consideration na na-receive si employer ng konti. Okay? O ibig sabihin, hindi naman totally buong property ay binigay ng libre. Okay? Meron din binayad si employee. Okay? So the monetary value is the higher or the fair market value of 3 million less payments, no, or consideration received from the employee. Okay, so the monetary value is just 1.8 and again, yun, dire-diretso siya 1.8 divided by 65 times 35, that is 969 to 31. Okay? Tingnan mo. Yung date natin is September. Ano sabi natin? September 1. Okay? So, saan siya sasakop na quarter? Sa calendar. Third quarter. Okay? So, kailan mo i-remit, no? Anong period yung 969,000? Under third quarter. Okay? Pagdating ng fourth quarter, covering October to December, kung wala ka ng ibang transaction, so wala ka nang babayaran ng susunod na fringe benefit tax. Kasi na-remit mo na siya nung third quarter. Okay? So, ganun mo siya analyze, ha? So, yung pag may transfer of ownership, one time ano lang siya, no? Computation. Okay? Unlike dito, sa mga nauna, ayan, kapag tuloy-tuloy yung rental, tuloy-tuloy din yung bayad or pag-compute na fringe benefit tax. Okay? So, next, expense account. Anong klase expense? Personal expense ng employee na sinagot ni employer or paid by the employer. Okay? So, ano yung example ng mga ano? So, paano ma'am? Pwedeng direct na si employer ang magbabayad or kaya naman, binayaran muna ng employee, then ni-reimburse niya kay employer. Okay? Whether the receipts is under the name of the employer. Okay? Yan. Expenses incurred by an employee but which are paid by his employer or incurred and paid by employee but reimbursed or advances by the employer are taxable fringe benefits. Okay? So, the monetary value is the actual payment. Okay? So, ano yan, ma'am? Ganyan lang. Kung ano yung actual. Okay? Purchase of office supplies, hindi, kasi siya ay regular expenses ng company, di ba? Personal meals and groceries, yes. Gasoline for transportation, kalahati for businesses, kalahati for personal use. So, yung personal use lang i-file natin or i-base natin, no? Office electricity, hindi. Okay? So, yan. So, yun lang fringe benefit tax niya. Dire-diretso lang, no? Kasi as if, no? The expense account, no? Whichever is the amount paid, so yun din yung fringe benefits equivalent, no? We just have to determine lang or analyze whether that reimbursement or expenses is personal or business related. Okay? So, madali nyo naman siguro, madali naman, ma'am, nakalagay naman may personal, di ba? O, merong for business use. Okay? O yan, ito na. Pag nakikita yung picture na yan, ma'am, bakit nalilito ako? No, hindi. Yan kasi, galing kasi sa mismo sa BIR, kaya yan rin yung, no, kinuha kong materials, no? Ayan. Magkamali pa ako ng type, eh. No? Ayan, galing sa seminars na pinag-aatinan ko, eh. Okay, sige. Ngayon naman, tapos na tayo sa ma'am? Tapos na tayo sa bahay? Let's go with the sasakyan or kaya mga movable properties. Okay? O motor vehicles. Employer also. Para ding no? Pero medyo may magkakaiba ng konti siya dun sa housing, no? Kaya kasi, iba naman kasi yung valuation ng housing tsaka versus ng sasakyan. Okay? So, employer owns and maintains a fleet of motor vehicles for the use. Gamit lang. Okay? The monetary value is the acquisition cost. Acquisition cost of vehicles not normally used for business divided by 5 years times 50%. Okay, ha? Pero sabi nga dito, not normally used. Okay? Pero hindi naman sinabi na exclusive na gamit ni employee. Okay? So the code said, okay, that will be the basis, will be the cost of the vehicles not normally used in the business. Siyempre, iba naman talaga. Ma-identify mo yun kung yung sasakyan is para pang gamit sa office talaga, di ba? O shuttle service, di ba? For example, may van si company pang shuttle service. So, hindi siya considered as fringe benefits, no? So, yun nga, kumbaga, kung ikaw lang, kumbaga pwedeng ikaw lang manager ang gumagamit or minsan from time to time, pwede rin gamitin ng company. Okay? So, pwede yon, no? So, divided by 5 years. Okay? Times 50%. Okay? Employer Anto, employer leases, o para ding, itong dalawa kasi, no? Use leases. Okay? Walang transfer of ownership. Okay? So, the basis will be the rental payments times 50%. Okay? Itong dalawa, oh, mayroong 50-50% pa rin, no? And then, third one, employer purchase in the name of the employee. So, again, there's a transfer of ownership. The monetary value is the acquisition cost. No need to get the 50%. Okay? So, this time, ito rin, one-time transaction din to. Okay? Kung kailan nangyari yung transfer, yung purchase, dun lang yung reporting period for the fringe benefits. Number 4, employer provides employee with cash for the purchase and ownership is placed in the name of the employee. Okay, so nag-iba-iba lang ng mode ng ng acquisition, pero at the end, it is still the ownership is being transferred sa employee. Okay? So the monetary value is the cash received. For example, ma'am, ang sasakyan is 2 million. Binigyan ako ng employer ni company ng 1.5. So, anong basis? Yung 1.5. Okay? Di ba? Binigyan ko. Yun naman kasi yun, di ba? Pero, it pertains pa rin sa motor vehicle. Kasi yung purpose na binigyan ka ng 1.5 eh. Parang, ito ang 1.5. Bahala ka na bumili ng sasakyan mo. Ang nabili mo is 2 million. Hindi 1.5 lang yung i-claim mo or yun lang yung basis for the fringe benefits. Okay? Next is, employer purchased the vehicle on installment and ownership is placed in the name of the employee. Okay. Ito lang naman ng bakit may 5 years na divide dyan? Okay, kasi although there's a transfer of ownership, hindi pa naman fully paid din si company. So, the basis will be the acquisition cost divided by 5 years. Now, if in case yung mode of acquisition ni company ay installment basis. Okay? So, employer shoulders a portion of the amount of the purchase price of vehicle and ownership is placed in the name. Para magkamukha lang din siya nung nung 4 and 5. Okay? So, employer, yung portion ng binayaran lang ni company. Okay? So, yun. Yung basis natin kapag motor vehicle. Okay? So, vehicles of any kind purchased by employer, vehicle in the name of the employee. Okay? The monetary value is the cost of the motor vehicle. Okay? Ayan. So, parang ganito lang din yun, di ba? So, lahat to ay yung first two, may transfer of ownership. Okay. Cash benefit to employee for the purchase of vehicle, even if the vehicle is partly used in the business. Okay. So, 100% of the cash benefit. Okay. Okay, this one is purchase of car on installment. Okay. So, ganun lang. So, 1/5 or divide by 5 years or 20% of the acquisition cost. Okay? So, kailan lang nag-50%? Ito lang dalawa nung kapag parang free of use tsaka payment of rental. Okay? So, nag-50-50 tayo dito kapag walang transfer of ownership. Okay? Parang depreciable amount. Diba? Ano pa makukuha namin? O baka pag nag-empleyado kayo, naghanap kayo ng ganyan. Sabi ng teacher ko, nagbibigay daw tong company, kailangan magbigay ng company ng kotse or pabahay. So, case lang, bakit manager ka ba? So, kapag meron, no? Ayan. And tingnan nyo, di ba? Ito na yung na-receive ni employee. Tapos, hindi pa siya nagbabayad ng tax. For that benefit, no? Hindi niya babayaran ng tax. So, wala siyang cash out, di ba? Wala siya talagang direct na cash na para bayaran yung equivalent na tax. Okay? So, yun lang naman. So, ito rin yun. Sinummarize lang natin dito yung, ayan. Ay, ma'am, vehicles of any kind. Ano ba yung vehicles? Four-wheel, ma'am? Yes. Oh, mga, ano ba yan? Sports car ba yan? Seven-seater car ba yan? SUV? Regardless. Okay? Okay. Okay, meron dito sa number last 2. Aircrafts, including helicopters. Tapos nakita ko lang yung mga helicopters. Sino ba yung mga aircrafts na meron, no? Actually, naririnig lang natin yung mga iba, yung mga politikong ano, no? Merong mga, biruin mo yung politiko, meron silang sariling helicopter, di ba? O, hindi lang isa, hindi lang dalawa. Dami din, multiple numbers of ano, helicopters. Ayan. So aircrafts, including helicopters, are deemed solely for business use. Hence, they are not subject to fringe benefits. Okay? However, for the yate, okay? Oh, yacht. Ano ba yate? Oh, tataga sa, di ba? Oh, yachts, whether owned and maintained or leased by the employer, are presumed not for business. Ano magagawa sa yate, ma'am? May meeting. No? Mga parang representation, di ba? Hence, taxable as fringe benefits. Okay? Hindi ba kaiba? Kapag helicopter, oh, business use siya. Okay? Regular expense ni company. But for yacht, okay, considered as fringe benefits. Okay, ito pa yung ano dito. Eh, paano kung si employee, si company na may-ari? If owned or maintained, the value of the benefit is measured as the depreciation value over years. However, okay, if you look for the books ni halimbawa, sige ma'am, owned or maintained, the value of the benefit is presumed or measured as the depreciation value over years. Okay. Sa mga vehicles, that is 5 years. Okay? Special mention, si yate, hindi siya magfa 5 years, no, for the depreciation. Considered siya as under 20 years. Okay? Ulitin ko ha. Kapag si company ang may-ari ng yate at pinagamit niya to sa manager, which is very rare naman din eh, no? O yan. For example lang, if may ganun mga senaryo, no? The basis of the monetary value is the fair value or the cost divided by 20 years times 50%. Not the usual 5 years. Okay? Ginurupo siya yung yate sa mga immovable properties. Okay? Yung mga may 20 years na depreciation considered as immovable properties, whereas dun sa mga movable properties, 5 years. Okay? O, yun lang naman no? Pag may example lang na yate, no? Ayan. So, yung depreciable amount niya is 20 years. Personal expenses like household expenses, so the monetary value amount paid is your MB. Interest on loan. So, paano naman to, ma'am? So, it means, pwedeng walang actual cash payment, no? Or cash ang na-receive si employee. For the interest on loan, halimbawa, si manager ay may utang kay company. Okay? So, kapag nangutang ka, the usual prevailing rate is 12% per annum. Okay? O sabi ng company, sige pautangan kita, ang interest na lang ay, let's say, 8%. Which is lower than the prevailing rate. So, if that is the case, ang sabi, 8% na lang daw yung interest. Okay? So, parang bawas na yung 4%. So, meaning, yung 4% na yon yung equivalent fringe benefits. Okay? So, yun yung meron pa rin mo computation. In excess, ay, kumbaga, yung difference between 12% and the actual interest. Okay? Yeah. Membership fees, dues, and other expenses borne by the employer for his employees in social and athletic clubs or other similar organizations constitute taxable fringe benefits. O, kalimitan, di ba, sa mga managers, di ba? O, si company, ini-enroll sila or binibigyan sila ng membership, no? Pwedeng sa golf club, yung mga ganun, no? Ayan, sports club, ayan. So, which is, medyo, ano rin naman, no? Costly. Ayan. So, sagot ni employer, so, subject sa fringe benefit tax. Okay? So, foreign travel, ayan. Expenses for foreign travel. Pero dito lang medyo meron tayong tatandaan na mga requirements or requisites. Okay? Reasonable, okay? Take note, ha? Reasonable business expenses for foreign travel for attending business meetings and conventions are exempt. So, typically, expenses. So, kapag na-establish natin, no, yung kanyang foreign travel is for business meetings and conventions, okay, it is considered in general are exempt. Okay, exempt in what? Inland travel expenses such as food, beverages, and local transportation costs. Okay? So, yung amount na magagastos ni employee o ni manager sa convention in payment of the food, local transport, di ba, are exempt. Hotel, ito lang yung take note, ha? So, lodging costs in hotel or similar establishment amounting to an average of $300 per day or less. Or $300. So, that's equivalent to ano yun? 1, 2, kano yung 300 times 8? 60 pesos na. 1, 2, 3. 18,000 per day, no? Per night. Oh. So, yung sa number 2 naman, okay? As long as the amount of your lodging did not exceed $300 per day, so the amount is exempted. Okay? But in excess of the $300 per day, so yun yung masasubject sa fringe benefits, no? And then, economy and business class airplane tickets. Okay? Pero kung ang in-avail mo ay first class, okay? Yung 70% ng cost ng first class, yun yung exempt. Yung 30% becomes taxable. Okay? And to prove that it is a business meeting, okay, it should be supported by documents like mga invitations between conventions, di ba? O for example, may conference, merong mga conventions ng mga halimbawa si company ay manufacturing, no? So meron silang mga, let's say, mga chemists, no? 'Di ba? So lahat ng mga chemists na may convention sa ganitong lugar, sa abroad. Okay, foreign travel yun. So yun yung requirements, no? Ayan. Or if it's a school, for example, pinadala yung VP for the conference. So, yun yung mga natin. Fringe benefits subject to FBT, another one. So, kung may foreign travel, ayoko ma'am ng foreign travel, ang daming requirements, doon tayo sa holiday and vacation expenses. Okay? So, holiday and vacation expenses are taxable fringe benefits if shouldered by the employer. Okay? If shouldered by the employer. So, kung kahit wala kang convention, no? Pinagbakasyon ka ni company, libre. Okay? So, the monetary value is the amount paid for or shouldered by the employer. Balikan ko lang yung kanina dito, no? Ayan. Expenses for foreign travel. So, this one, okay? It is only the employer. Yung manager lang yung exempt. Halimbawa, ma'am, dyan, sa convention, yung lalaki yung empleyado. Sinama niya yung asawa niya sa convention. Sinagot ng company yung gastos ng asawa. Yung employer, yung manager, exempted. Pero yung asawa niya, na binitbit niya sa convention, tapos sinagot pa ng company yung expenses. So, fringe benefit yun. Okay? Yan. Pero ito naman, the entire, regardless, wala nang masyadong requisites, edi, bigyan, holiday vacation. So, that is fringe benefits, no subject. Okay? Educational assistance to the employee is generally taxable, except when it is incurred for the convenience or furtherance of the employer's business, such as, if parang sabi ng employer, mag-aral ka, para magamit mo to dito sa company. Exempt yun, no? There's a written contract that the employee is under obligation to remain at the employ of the employer. Okay? So, kumbaga parang may written contract ka. Sige, pag-aaralin ka ni company, pero for a certain number of years, hindi ka pwedeng lumipat. Okay? If that is the case, so hindi siya subject sa fringe benefits. Other than that, so taxable siya. Educational assistance granted to dependents. Kung hindi naman ikaw manager ang pag-aaralin, yung mga anak mo naman ang pag-aaralin. Pero take note, depende. No? So, educational assistance granted to dependents of the employee is generally taxable, except when the assistance provided was through a competitive scheme. Okay? Halimbawa, yung anak ni manager na scholar, or kumaga, si company ang nagbabayad. Edi yun ay fringe benefits, no? Pero kung yung dependent ni manager ay nag-apply, for example, no, na merong merong project or merong scholarship program talaga ang company at dumaan sa process, no, ng pag-a-apply ng scholarship. So hindi naman siya matuturing na fringe benefits. Okay? Benefits subject to FBT, mga life or health insurance. Okay? In excess of what the law allows. Okay? Ano yung allowed ng law? Okay? Yun lang mga parang government contributions like SS, Pag-ibig, PhilHealth, and Pag-ibig. Okay? Cost of premium for group insurance. So, ito yung na 1 and 2, yun yung exempt. No? Exempted sa fringe benefits, no? Other than that, taxable. Okay. Let's say, for example, how much is the allowable deduction? So, when we say allowable deduction, okay? So, allowed expenses, no? From business income of a domestic corporation who granted and paid 97,500 fringe benefits to its key officers in 2024. Okay? Nagbayad daw siya gumastos siya ng 97,500 fringe benefits sa mga key officers. Okay? So, magkano ito yung magiging monetary value. 97,500, i-gross up mo, 150, fringe benefit tax, 52,500. Okay? So, this is the actual payment, no, ng benefits. This is the expense. Okay? And tanong naman ay allowable. So, ipag-plus mo itong dalawa. So, that is your actual or allowed deductions. Okay? Next one. Okay? In 2024, the company provided a 3-day vacation to all of its employees. So, ibig sabihin, combination ng rank and file and managers. Okay? So, lahat ng mga umattend, 80% doon ay rank and file. 20% ay managers. Okay? Yung total outing, no, sabi natin, or vacation, total cost is 1.2. So, the fringe benefit tax is kunin lang natin yung 20% nito. Bakit 20%? Kasi nga sabi, 80% nung gumastos dito ay, yan, no, 80% rank and file. Yung iba, managers. Dito lang tayo mag-subject ng fringe benefit. Ito ay, sa mga rank and file, hindi. Okay? Pero yung total expense pa rin niya is 1.2. So, ano entry dito, ma'am, pag nagganyan? So, debit fringe benefits expense, 1.2. Debit fringe benefit tax, 129 to 31. Credit Fringe benefit tax payable 129,231, credit cash 1.2. Okay? So ganun pa din, no? You can still claim the whole 1.2 million. So ito lang yung naging basehan natin naman sa pag-compute ng fringe benefit tax. Ayan. Oh, another one. Pakas-pakas lang tayo pag ganyan, okay, no? So, the company paid for the annual rental of residential house by its manager amounting to 637. Oh, sinabi na dyan, annual rental. So, ibig sabihin, ito yung total na binayaran ni company for the annual rent, no? Ng bahay ni manager. So, compute for the deductible amount. So, the deductible amount is the total of your fringe benefit expense and the fringe benefit tax expense. However, in relation sa pag-compute natin ng fringe benefit tax expense, we will only use the 50% of the actual rental payment. Ayan. Divided by 65 times 35%. Okay? Tandaan nyo, ito naman talaga yung lumabas na expense. Yes. Pero yung basis ng computation ng monetary value is 50% lang. Okay? Yan. Dito sa portion ng mga taxation, no? So usually dito sa fringe benefit tax, no, nagkakaroon ng journal entries para mas ma-visualize natin yung kinahanap natin. For example, yan yung total amount, deductible amount. Yes. Kasi magkaiba yung computation natin doon sa actual recording. Okay? Kasi magkaiba ng basis. Okay? Dito lang naman usually kapag rental. Tsaka mga free of use. O, ito na, speaking of free of use, included in the package of the director, it was the free of use of the company's residential condominium. So, existing na yung property, free of use lang ang ipoprovide ni company kay manager. Compute for the FBT, fringe benefit tax. Okay? So, your MB is the higher between real property deck or zonal value. So, the higher amount is 2 million. Okay? O, ito lang naman ha. So, sabi sa tax code, di ba, assessors tsaka zonal value. Ito, hindi ha. So, iba yung fair market value dyan. So, ito yung fair market value sa accounting purposes to. Okay? Sa accounting, yan yung madalas na hinahanap natin or basis natin sa di ba? Pero sa taxation, itong dalawa lang, real property declaration tsaka zonal value lang yung basis natin. We do not include the fair market value, kung ano yung fair market value na dinideclare natin sa accounting. Ha? Magkaiba. So, yun lang naman. Compute for the monetary value, 2 million times 5%. Bakit 5% or divided by 20 years? Because it is an immovable property. Times 50%, so that will be your annual. Okay? Monetary value. Okay? So, ingat lang din minsan, no? Ikaw kasi, ma'am, i-clear mo minsan, ha? Sa mga fringe benefit tax, ang tatandaan mo kasi kung ano ang tinatanong. Siya ba ay quarterly, siya ba ay monthly, or annual. Okay? Pag silent yung problem, so we assume annual monetary, annual fringe benefits yung hinahanap or annual FBT. Okay? Okay, this one ay free of use. The company acquired the property in installment basis. Compute for the monthly, although sabi na ma'am, quarterly yung pero compute lang naman natin yung monthly, no? So, 3 million times 5% times 50%, that is your annual. Divide mo sa 12, so ito yung monetary value. Okay? Pag ang tinatanong lang naman ay monetary value, stop ka na dito. Okay? Hindi mo kailangan mag-gross up at mag-multiply ng 35% if the loan question is just the monetary value. Okay, ha? Kasi di ba yan yung unang hinahanap natin, di ba? Bago mag-compute ng fringe benefit tax, di ba? O, baka naman kasi dire-diretso kayo, dire-diretso kayo mag-compute nito. Di ba? O, nag-effort pa kayo, yung hanap lang naman ay monetary value. Okay? Hanggang dito lang siya. Hindi nakasama. Pinakita ko lang dito kung paano mag-compute ng fringe benefit tax. But the thing is, you have to analyze ano hinihingi. Monetary value, gross up monetary value, or fringe benefit tax. So, yun lagi nyo tatandaan dito sa fringe benefit tax. Although, mapasakit naman, hindi naman ganun kadami yung ano, no? Pero, madali lang, and then, huwag na akong sasabi ng madali. Diyos ko, baka mapaham ka na ako sa madali. Ano lang, analyze natin, no? Ayan. Kasi, kailangan mo nating tutukan, ano yung sa compensation, ano yung sa fringe benefit. Because, after this, i-combine na natin yung dalawa. Okay? Yung compensation, tsaka yung fringe benefits. Okay? Yun. Kasi kumbaga, lahat na natanggap ni employee, ano-ano. So, hiwalay natin ano yung kasama sa regular tax, ano ang kasama sa fringe benefit tax. So, anyway, ma'am, kapag ganyan, anong usual na ano dito? So, yung mga fringe benefits given to managers are subject to final fringe benefits. Hindi na siya masasubject pa sa regular compensation or regular income. Okay? Ayan. O sige, okay na to. 7:28 na pala. Okay? So, tuloy natin to bukas, ha? Pero, bukas nga, no? Meron pa tayo, i-combine na natin yung dalawa. Okay? Yung compensation tsaka yung fringe benefits. Siyempre sa compensation, kasama na natin dun yung mga de minimis benefits. Okay? So, ayan. Para mag-compute tayo, no? So, for the past, kumbaga, I would like, no, yung request for your participation, no? Kasi if I'm going to assess my, yung, dito, diba, pag nag-self-assess ako ng, ng, sa teaching, no? Isa yan sa, ko, parang pinaka-comment ko. Ako mismo, i-comment ko sa sarili ko, no? Very few, no? Or kumbaga very few, konti na nga tayo, minsan na nga lang kayo pumasok na on-site, di ba? Oh, very few yung nag-engage. Okay? Oh. I mean, yung iba, thank you, napasok sa on-site, di ba? Tapos, during the, discussion or some activities or kung kailangan ko ng participation ninyo, kukunti lang sa inyo talaga nagpa-participate, no? So, hoping na sa bang susunod pa, no, na yun yung ma-improve. Sa akin na for me, yun yung talagang kailangan ko din i-improve din, no? I-engage kayo, no? Sa mga lectures, sa mga activities, sa mga competition. Ayan. Para hindi lang nalilimit lang sa ibang alam ko naman, no, yung ibang estudyante, sila lang din yung natatanong ko. How about the others, 'di ba? Ang ilang na natin to. Pangatlong sem ko na kayong handle, 'di ba? Ay, pangatlo ba? 'Di ba na yung partnership tapos yung CFAS. Tapos nagpahinga tayo ng 2 sem, balik tayo ngayon sa tax. Some of you hindi ko talaga masyado pang kilala. Okay? Because hindi tayo nagkakaroon ng ng engagement kapag pag napasok tayo, no? So hoping sa mga susunod na weeks, no? Ayan, marinig ko naman kayo or marinig ko naman kayo mag-participate or sumagot. Okay? Kaya nga tayo di ba? Para makita ko naman kung paano, kung naintindihan ninyo or baka mayroon palang hindi malinaw na sinabi si ma'am. So, makukuha ko agad, di ba? Maintindihan ko kayo kung saan kayo nalilito. Ayan. So, yun lang naman. See you tomorrow. Ayan. Wala naman na sigurong announcement, no? Hindi naman naulan para bumagyo at makancel ang pasok. Ayan. So, yun lang naman. Konti na lang. Matatapos na rin yung term natin. Pero, medyo marami-rami pa rin naman yung hahabulin nating topic. So, hopefully tomorrow, we could add additional topics like dealings and properties, and then jump na tayo sa individual. Hopefully, no? So, baka dalawang lecture pa tayo, no? Major lecture. Ay, or deductions ba? Oo, mga deductions muna. Ayan, deductions, allowable deductions, hopefully. Yan, after dealings, deductions naman tayo. Tama ba? I-upload ko na nga mamaya yung materials. Actually, ready na may material. After ng dealings, deductions na tayo. Ayan. So, yun. So, dalawa. So, combination bukas, compensation, fringe benefits, dealings in properties, and deductions. Okay? So, ayun. So, kailangan natin to, ha? Because, remember, tax, kasama sa QE nyo ang taxation. No? Hindi ko alam kung lalabas sa tanong ninyo sa pagdating ng QE. So, kailangan nating, for those na really will take the qualifying exam talaga, di ba? So, that's next term. Okay? So, kailangan ko kayo i-prepare for that QE, ha? So, the topic is whole income taxation. Kaya kailangan natin ma-cover siya. Okay? So, yun lang naman. So, medyo papaspasan na natin, ha? Lalo sa on-site. Ayan. So, medyo dadamihan na natin lagi yung topic. No? Actually, matapos natin fringe benefits, so, medyo ano na yan. Pwede na tayong marami-raming mga complex problem. Anong room ako ng 8:15? E4, ano nga ba ako? 408A. Yung tapat lang ng faculty. Ayan. E408A. Ayan. So, yun lang naman. Yung katabi ng room natin, no? 410 tayo, di ba? 408A. Doon lang din sa Einstein. So, that's it. Okay na tayo. Okay, see you tomorrow. Ayan, have a nice day sa inyong lahat. Ayan. Wag ma-excite may long weekend kayo sa Friday ulit, 'di ba? Ibigay niyo na yung attend na tayo ng Wednesday ha kasi Friday naman wala kayong pasok ulit no? So, yun lang. Have a nice day and see you tomorrow.